welcome to Japji Bindra. And in addition, where is Japji's family here? Can you raise your hands or stand up? Are you out there yet? Okay, anyhow, we're looking for you, so we'll keep looking. Anyhow, give it up for Japji Bindra.
Dean Lushniak, UMD faculty and staff, friends and family, fellow alumni, and class of 2017. What an honor it is to stand on this stage and speak to you. Graduation is one of the biggest milestones in a student's life. Many think that graduation marks the end to one's journey, when in reality, it marks the beginning. Today, I would like to present to you 4 daily reminders as we set foot onto our new journeys. These daily reminders are about loving yourself, pursuing your dreams, being resilient, and building change. Far too often, we don't love ourselves for who we are, what we look like, or the emotions we feel. Far too often, we compare ourselves to unrealistic ideals that we find on the internet. But have you looked inside recently? It's crazy to think that the billions of cells that are swimming inside of you are entirely unique. Each and every one of them has your name written on them. Literally, they're called your MHC proteins. You were made so intricately, with cells that can't be found in anyone else but yourself. So how could you possibly want to be someone else when you yourself are a masterpiece? Being able to embrace ourselves in this day and age is one of the hardest things to do, but let's do it. This allows us to be kind from our insides out, which translates into the confidence and power to pursue our dreams. Which brings me to my next daily reminder, pursuing your dreams. It's easy to fall under the pressures of doing something that is reputable compared to doing something that you are truly passionate about. I like to remind myself that not all paths are the same, and one path is not better than the other. The best path is the one that speaks to who you are, your passions, and your life goals. So, as Robert Frost once said, 2 roads diverged into the woods, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Let's make a positive difference by pursuing our dreams, even if it's the road less traveled. Of course, not every path that we take will be a straight one. Many of us will be challenged with obstacles. Some of us may not have been accepted into grad school for physical therapy. Others of us may still be on the job hunt for being a community program coordinator. Or maybe we feel like we haven't made a difference in our communities yet, whether that be environmentally or with the people and their families. But the key is to never give up. I know, you might be thinking, how cliche, to never give up, really? But what if I told you that everywhere we turn, we see examples of this? In fact, this is resilience, where communities in adverse conditions, whether that be the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, or Hurricane Harvey in Houston, Texas, these communities use their assets to withstand, adapt, and strengthen themselves to rise above. We must remember the assets that we have in our lives and be resilient so that we can keep traveling down our roads. My last reminder as we travel down our roads is building the change. In this context, I don't mean to dismantle the infrastructure that's already in place, unless, of course, it's destructive, but rather work with the pieces that we have and fuel these towards civic activism. We all know of injustices in the world today, some that hit closer to home than others, some that have a more sensitive spot in our hearts. We must start with ourselves, be introspective, and think about how to propel change. We must use our knowledge and passions to empower ourselves to push boundaries and challenge the status quo. So there you have it, class of 2017. Love yourself, pursue your dreams, be resilient, and build the change. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you. I can't wait to join you all out there. Go Terps!
Thank you, Japji, and best wishes in graduate school and beyond. I'd like to now, at this point, introduce our commencement keynote speaker, Dr. Nadine Gracia. I actually had the honor of working with Nadine. She was just down the hall from me at the Health and Human Services building in downtown DC when we were both serving in leadership roles at the Health and Human Services Department during the Obama administration. Her dedication to minority health specifically and public health generally is something that I've personally seen in action and have great respect for. Like me, like many of our students in this audience, Dr. Gracia is the child of immigrant parents, and I think you'll find her story very inspiring. Please join me.
Thank you, Dean Lushniak, for that kind introduction, and many thanks to our student speaker, Japji Bindra, for your inspiring words. Good morning. Oh, let me try that one more time because my parents were former teachers. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to all of you, to the School of Public Health faculty and staff, to the proud parents, families, and friends who are here today. I am so excited to join you on such a joyous occasion. And most importantly, to the graduating class of 2017, I am honored to be your commencement speaker. As I thought about the message that I would share with you, I reflected on a question that was once posed to me. How do you get to a position of impact to truly make a difference? When I spoke with some of you, you asked it pretty directly. Oh man, what now? My message and my answer to you is about opportunity. Some may think that opportunities happen just for the lucky ones, but I believe that opportunities are both made and given. I remember what it was like, what this moment was like at my graduations. You have so many questions that are running through your minds like, where am I going to get a job? Should I go to grad school? When exactly do I have to start repaying student loans? And those tougher questions of, did I pursue the right field? And what am I going to do with this public health degree from my career? At such a time of transition, it is so easy to succumb to the anxiety and the uncertainty that happens at this time and overlook the celebration that is this day. You should be proud of this great achievement that you have earned. It marks a journey that's been filled with an incredible education, real-world internships and service experiences, success, and at times setback, that has been strengthened by meaningful relationships with your classmates, with faculty, with administrators, with friends and family who have all supported you and propelled you forward. I say all of this as someone who stands here today because of the investment that others have made in me. My parents remain to this day the greatest role model in my life. They came to the United States from Haiti, leaving their native country not to escape for political reasons or economic insecurity, for in Haiti, my mother was a school teacher and my father was a school principal. But they believed America to be a nation of opportunity unlike any other. And in that belief, they found the courage to leave everything that was familiar to them. They found the courage to start anew. Now, when they came to the United States, they had humble beginnings. My mother's first job was working as a nanny, and my father painted boats for just $1.75 an hour. From their example, my siblings and I learned the meaning of hard work and perseverance and sacrifice. My parents performed their jobs to the best of their abilities, never once feeling that they had to tell their employers or their coworkers of their professions in Haiti, because they knew that respect and success would be earned by the quality of their work and not the title that they held. Haiti became the root of my passion to serve others, especially the vulnerable and underserved. And I know many of you can tell stories that are similar to mine. And your decision to attend the University of Maryland, which is leading the way in being the nation's first do-good campus, and your decision to get a degree in public health, which as a profession has as its mission to assure conditions in which everyone can be healthy, that's a testament to your commitment to service. I was drawn to the field of medicine as the means of fulfilling the desire to serve, but I can assure you I had doubts. I didn't always know what would be the next step. And if you had told me years ago that my career would unfold as it has thus far, I wouldn't have believed it. Advocacy and service have always been central to who I am since my childhood. And when I learned about what public health was during my first year of medical school from one of the alumni of our school who talked about his career path in becoming a local health commissioner, there was a spark that ignited in me. I was inspired by how I could use my voice and experience as a physician to advocate for the health and well-being of communities and address the broader societal challenges that families face every day. And after being in clinical practice for a few years, I moved to DC after I was selected to be a White House Fellow. It was a transformational year in which I joined a class of 14 fellows, stepping outside of my comfort zone of medicine to work with senior leaders in the federal government and to explore policy issues that faced our nation. But I've got to admit, I remember sitting around a table with my classmates, and we were all introducing ourselves and explaining what we do. So you have one of my classmates who says, well, I'm a nuclear engineer who worked on nuclear nonproliferation efforts with North Korea. Another classmate who says, well, I'm the first female Air Force Thunderbird. And then another classmate who says, oh, I'm an Army counterintelligence officer. And you can imagine me. And I'm sitting there, my palms sweating, trying to think about how am I going to impress my classmates and make this position of being a pediatrician and a youth violence researcher with epidemiology training sound like some covert mission. I tried. Throughout that year, my classmates who came from diverse backgrounds and professions, ranging from education to investment banking to the military, they stretched me and they pushed me to see things in new ways. From them, I understood the power of surrounding yourselves with diverse minds who sharpen you and make you stronger. Now, the White House Fellowship absolutely helped open my eyes to the world of possibilities. And when I started my first position as the Chief Medical Officer to the Assistant Secretary for Health, I knew it was a tremendous opportunity, but still, I asked myself whether I had made the right decision and whether I was prepared, especially since this was a new position and there really weren't a lot of details to the job description. Imagine that, telling that to your parents who were saying, what exactly is my daughter's new job? And on my first day on the job, I actually sat in my office saying to myself, what am I supposed to be doing? And I just had to play it off like I actually knew. But on January 12th, 2010, only 8 days after starting my position, I got my answer. The news came that a 7.0 earthquake had struck Haiti. Now, my first reaction was to call my parents to see if they had made contact with our family members just outside of the capital. And in those intense first 72 hours, not even knowing whether my cousins had survived the earthquake, I was thrust into meetings to help with the U.S. government response efforts. I also reached out to one of my mentors who had been there for me since medical school, a Haitian American pediatric surgeon who wanted desperately to get to Haiti and lend assistance. So we arranged for him to join our medical response team, and I vividly remember speaking to him as he was boarding the plane en route to Port-au-Prince. And at one point, we became silent, and tears just welled up in my eyes, and I thought about how in that moment, our mentor-mentee relationship was forever transformed as we now worked to help the people of Haiti. And when I arrived in Haiti, this time as a government official, I was in awe of the responsibility I now had. It was a chance to return to the place where everything from my family's past to the passion that drives my work in the present comes together. It made me remember the words in Scripture that our steps are ordered. I must say that Scripture has come true for me on many occasions. It did so when I had the opportunity later to serve as the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Minority Health in the Obama administration, leading policies to improve the health of minority populations across the United States and advance health equity. It was as though everything had come full circle. The sacrifices that had been made for me, the years of education and preparation, the opportunities that have come my way, and the responsibility that I felt as someone who has been given so much to advocate on behalf of those who have the least. Through Haiti, I found my calling and purpose. But you need not be from another country or travel hundreds of miles away to find yours. As you leave here to start your next chapter, let me reassure you that there is not just one path to a position of impact. And let me encourage you to hold on to your passion to make a difference. A few years ago, I heard an historian say at an event commemorating the 150th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation that history is not a steady stream of events, but rather a series of punctuation points, like ripples when you toss stones into the water. And I believe we are at the cusp of just such a punctuation point today. In these times that are testing our nation, you are the ones we are looking to. You are the ones that we need to step up, to speak up, to urge everyone around you to think deeply, think broadly, and think boldly. You are the ones who can lead by example, by taking the path that is neither safe nor easy, by seeking diverse opinions and exploring issues and events through their broader contexts, by rejecting cynicism and leading with optimism, by reaching out, just as others have reached out to you. Progress requires leadership, commitment, and perseverance. Progress can be hard, complicated, and sometimes painstakingly slow. In public health, you know that. You've seen it for yourselves. But in the words of former President Obama, I hope you'll remember during those times of doubt and frustration that there is nothing naive about your impulse to change the world. Public health has given you a vast and important platform to be an agent of positive social change, with the vision that everyone has ladders of opportunity regardless of their zip code, and that as a nation we are truly free of disparities in health and achieve health equity. For some of you, you will find your niche in health education or community prevention or research or policy or that covert specialty of epidemiology or teaching, administration, or some combination thereof. And that niche, that passion may evolve over time. But know that for all of you, your journey, or it may be more distant, manifests itself as small occasions or one big event like an earthquake in Haiti. No matter how it is unveiled to you, it will unlock a profound understanding and appreciation for all of the education and training that you have gone through, the relationships with family, friends, colleagues, professors, and mentors that have uplifted you, the faith that may have strengthened you, and the passion that is deep within you. And with that opportunity, you must be prepared for it. Be of courage to seize it and be steadfast to make the most of it. Throughout your life, in both your professional and your encounter victories and triumphs, planned steps, and complete surprises. Your career may zigzag. You'll advance from one step to the next, perhaps take a couple steps back or go in a completely different direction and then take a huge leap forward. Rarely does it progress as a predefined linear path. Mine sure hasn't. But through all of it, if you take the time to reflect on the lessons learned, there is a reason and a purpose. And so when that burning question, oh man, what now, comes up over and over again, and it will, Let these words of Gandhi reassure you that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Congratulations, class of 2017. I wish you much success, and I look forward to the impact you will have on changing the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gracia, for those incredible words, for sharing this moment with our graduates and their families. Your public health leadership, accomplishments, your heartfelt personal story is an inspiration for us all. On behalf of the School of Public Health, we offer you a small token of our appreciation. Thank you again. The beauty of being the guy who's like the master of ceremonies is what?
This just in from our covert operations.
I know. She said before Latin honors. Is to do an audible, right? So, you know, in football, as you call a play, we have a script. I'm not a guy who does scripts very well. And allow me to indulge, I know, first of all, our student commencement speaker, right? We talked about the fact that Japji's family was being recognized, and I know they finally made it. Japji's family, where are you? Yes, thank you so much. And because this is a special moment, and because I think, believe it or not, I think they missed her speech, and yes, they can watch it online, I'm asking Japji to read the last two paragraphs again. Let's pretend. So stop, rewind, stop, play. Japji, you're on.
Thank you, Dean Lushniak. So my last and final reminder, and I'm glad this is the last one, as we travel down our roads, is building the change. In this context, I don't mean to dismantle the infrastructure in place unless, of course, it's destructive, but rather work with the pieces that we have and fuel these towards civic activism. We all know of injustices in the world today, some that hit closer to home than others, some that are more sensitive in our hearts. We must start with ourselves, be introspective, and think about how to propel change. We must use our knowledge and passions to empower ourselves, to push boundaries, and challenge the status quo. So thank you again, class of 2017. I really can't wait to be out there with you. Go Terps!
Okay, that was worth it. Thank you so much. Another off-script thing. Right now, I want everybody to just momentarily stand up, stretch, move your legs, because we're public health people, everyone, right? And sitting is too long. Our former deans, Jane Clark used to say, sitting is the new smoking. So this is the halftime break, right? At the same time, I want you to turn to each other and introduce yourselves. Handshake, hug if you know the people. Let's get to know each other here.
So we're fine.
When you want to look.
Right before you do the last.
Okay, fine.
Great.
Great.
Thanks, Dr. J.
Okay, and now that we did that, please sit down and let's get into the moment. And I'm asking for complete silence. I want you to close your eyes for a second, everyone, please, and get yourself into a happy place. Think about this special moment. For the family and friends, think about how proud you are of the graduates. For the graduates, think about what you have accomplished and how today is not an end, but a beginning. Also for the graduates, think about who you have out there to thank for getting you to this point. For our faculty and staff, think about the pride of another class, the influences you have made upon the lives of others, and that the true calling of being a teacher is that you, in fact, control the future. Open up your eyes. What we did in this little exercise, in fact, we characterized what health is. The World Health Organization definition of health is what? It's complete. That's an adjective. Complete. Physical, we stretched. Mental, we meditated. And social, we interacted. So it's complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease and infirmity. Let us live a healthy life, always remembering those three facets. Commencement is the day on which the school bestows our highest honors upon our students. The bachelor's degree, the master's degree, the doctoral degrees. At this time, I ask that Dr. Coke Farmer join me as we begin the recognition of our School of Public Health degree recipients. Dr. Farmer.
Thank you, Dr. Lushniak. Will those receiving a doctoral or master's degree please rise? Dean Lushniak, in accordance with the recommendations of the faculty of the Graduate School, I present to you those students who have successfully completed all graduate requirements for the Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts, Master of Health Administration, Master of Public Health, and Master of Science degrees.
Dr. Farmer, I have checked the list and I have checked it twice. I acknowledge the recommendations of the faculty of the Graduate School, and am pleased to extend congratulations to each graduate for successfully completing all degree requirements. Will the Doctor of Philosophy recipients please proceed to the platform?
I would now like to introduce Dr. Stephen Roth, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, who will present the recipients of the School of Public Health graduate degrees.
Dr. Kristen Naney. Receiving her PhD in toxicology and environmental health. Her advisor, Dr. Shakobi Wilson. Dissertation title, The Development of Community-Informed Cumulative Stressors and Resiliency Index to Examine Environmental Health Disparities and Disease Risk in South Carolina. Dr. Allison Schroeder. Receiving her PhD in family science. Advisor, Dr. Mona Mittal. Dissertation title, Adversity in Early Childhood and Risk of Middle Childhood Behavior Problems. Dr. Deirdre Ann Quinn. Receiving the PhD in Family Science, her advisor, Dr. Amy Lewin. Dissertation title, Faith, Sex, and Family, the Role of Religion and Family Sex Communication in College Students' Sexual Behaviors. Dr. Julie Mayer. Receiving her PhD in kinesiology, her advisor, Dr. Shannon Jetty. Dissertation title, Exercise as Medicine, a critical examination of the promotion of exercise for mental health care.
Congratulations to the Doctor of Philosophy graduates. Will the master's degree recipients please proceed to the platform?
Shalaka Kulkarni, receiving a Master of Public Health in Epidemiology. Thomas Wilkerson, receiving a Master of Public Health in Epidemiology. Lindsay Zimmer, Master of Public Health in Behavioral and Community Health. Kelly Hunter, receiving the Master of Public Health in Behavioral and Community Health. Bernadette Kilser, receiving the Master of Public Health in Environmental Health Sciences. Alexa Brown, receiving the Master of Public Health in Public Health Practice and Policy. Hannah Scanlon, receiving the Master of Public Health in Public Health Practice and Policy. Philippe Crevecoeur, receiving the Master of Public Health in Public Health Practice and Policy. Habtamu Agaji,
Alexa Holiday. Chelsea Michelle Pulaski. Lauren Ivana Cherrick. Jiha Rachel Miller. Afnan Hussein Khan. Jessica Flarival. Will those receiving the Bachelor of Science degree from the Department of Kinesiology please rise? Dr. Bradley Hatfield, Department Chair, will present the degree recipients.
Dean Lushniak, in accord with the recommendations of the faculty in the Department of Kinesiology, I recommend to you those students who've successfully completed all graduation requirements and are recipients of the degree Bachelor of Science.
Dr. Hatfield, I acknowledge the recommendations of your faculty, and I am pleased to extend my congratulations to each candidate.
Elizabeth Gray Hollinser. Samantha Lynn Higginbotham.
Congratulations, and thank you for being in Kines.
Mariana Mejia Cerquina. Evan McCafferty. Byron Mariani. James John Marshall.
Thank you for being in Kines.
I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
Amber Hadasha Balu. Byron Chan Jones. Jonathan Dean Bagley. Belinda Joelle Smith. Yafet Emmanuel. Asa Franklin Solomon. Jacob Andrew Katz. Dawit Gurma. Tyler Nicole Young. Sodiq Falaran Amusat. Ogechi Ihegbe. Earl.
Congratulations. Thank you for being in our department.
Yafat Bakele.
Congratulations. You had a very good day with your family. Thank you.
Dylan Yoongi Chan. Alexandra Russell.
Hey, congratulations.
Catherine Grace French.
Congratulations. Hope you have very good.
Melanie Young Hui Chang.
Congratulations. Hey, your family.
Alexandra Robin Yuffie.
Congratulations. Very good.
Ariana Ashley Klaus.
Congratulations. Good luck and success.
Jacob Cody Puffenbarger.
Congratulations. Thank you for being in kinesiology.
Pierce McVeigh.
Congratulations. Very good.
Joseph Olarte.
Hey, congratulations. Excellent work.
Lisa Bianchini.
Congratulations. Thank you for being in.
Brooke Elizabeth Adler.
You look very happy.
Ramses Phillips.
Congratulations.
David Lee Moreno. Allison Jean Thomas. Justin.
That was impressive, my friend. That was impressive. I should remember that. You're not going to do that. Congratulations. Yeah.
He's part of the Gymkhana crew.
I taught him that.
Next student, Justin Alexander Halsey. Saeed Andrew Sayeg.
Congratulations. Thank you for being in
Snigdha Cherukuri.
Congratulations. And very good luck in life.
Megan Alexia Bird.
Congratulations. Thank you for being in.
Jacqueline Alyssa Kersey.
Congratulations. Good luck. Good health.
Allison Marie Howell.
Hey.
Jasmine Williams.
Congratulations.
Calvin Braxton Parker II.
Congratulations.
Trinette Barclift.
You look happy?
Barzilay Sungjin Kim. Christy Nicole Ferrare.
Congratulations. And very good luck.
Tiffany Sharel Almalem.
Best of luck. Congratulations.
Callie Lynn Moran.
Congratulations.
Madison Lee Goza.
Congratulations. I hope you
Adam Michael Ulrich.
congratulations. And good luck.
George Heinze.
Congratulations. Good success.
MC Kobatahe. Gilbert Ababio.
Congratulations. Go Kenny.
Matthew David Gorman. Rayhan.
I'm going to miss you. Miss you too, man. I'm going to miss you.
Ni Tran.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Jamilat Nolasco.
Congratulations. Thank you for being in kinesiology.
Joshua Mejia. Curtis Putnam. Nathan Ewing.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Jamie Kristen Walters.
Hey, congratulations.
Eden T. Collier. Brenton Parnell Edwards. Leo Alexander Murray. George Smith.
As official graduates, allow me to be the first to welcome you to the School of Public Health Alumni Network, which consists of over 15,000 individuals all over the world. Our mission is simple: build commitment to the school and the university. Your education here will open doors for you, but please know that our door remains open for you as well. Please get involved, do what you can, mentor a student, lend your expertise to help with outreach, or represent the university in your community. The possibilities are truly endless. There's information in your letter from Dean Lushniak, and I hope you'll all reach out to us. You've fearlessly promoted health for all as students, both inside and outside of the classroom. Now I implore you to stay fearless. Bring us your ideas, your energy, and your passion for public health. We are proud to have you represent the university and the School of Public Health. Congratulations again, and I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you.
At this point, we'd like to recognize the bachelor's degree recipients who have earned Latin honors, the summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. Cum laude, I took 4 years of Latin in high school, it means with praise, with jubilation. These are the highest commencement honors that the university confers for sustained excellence in scholarship. They are awarded to the top 10% of all students graduating in the School of Public Health over the course of a year. Summa cum laude is awarded to students with a GPA in the highest 2% of all college graduates. Magna cum laude to the next highest 3%, and cum laude to the following 5%. Will those students graduating with Latin honors please stand? Congratulations to these outstanding students. I know that all of the parents, relatives, and friends who are here today to celebrate with you are so proud of your accomplishments. You may be seated. As are all of your professors and instructors. This is to all the graduates. But we know that any major accomplishment in life is not the result of an individual acting alone. You may have been the ones putting in the all-nighters. You may have been the ones doing the projects. You may have been the ones studying. But behind you was a whole team of supporters. Your success that we celebrate today was made possible through the love, support, guidance, and encouragement of your moms, dads, siblings, aunts, uncles, grandparents, mentors, teachers, and friends. Graduates, now it's your turn to recognize them for all they have done to make it possible for you to be here today. Graduating students, please stand and give those support members of your team a round of applause. Great, and remain standing, because I want to add on the audible side the fact that there's people behind me, there's people here, there's faculty members who couldn't make it today. Let's do a big shout out for the faculty that have gotten you here today as well. Thank you, faculty, for what you have done. You may be seated. This is our 10th anniversary year, 2017-2018. I'd like to acknowledge the fact that our founding dean, Dr. Bob Gold, is here. Bob, please stand. Without this man, we would not be here, without the team that surrounded him. I'm asking all our faculty that were here, faculty and staff, part of the School of Public Health, to arise over these last 10 years. Who are the originals? Please arise. Lushanka, you're up there. Who was here 10 years ago? Thank you so much. Our second dean, Jane Clark, I believe isn't here today, but I also want to acknowledge her. Japji, come on up here. Now for graduates, the moment you've been waiting for and sharing in an age-old tradition. Will all of the School of Public Health degree candidates please rise yet again? Would Japji please join me in leading your fellow graduate? Everybody, everything should be now on the right side if it's shifted, because if you do it wrong, you got to start all this all over again. Okay, so it's on your right side. Grab that tassel, and Japji's going to do the countdown. 3, 2, 1 is the countdown. Ready? And then switch it over, and there's magic in the air. Japji, you're on.
3, 2, 1. Woo!
You can be seated at this point. And just a reminder that this is a new era in your lives. This is the commencement we spoke about at the beginning, and I'll remind you here at the end. At this time, I want to remind you to please join us for a reception in the Ritchie Coliseum, which is right across Baltimore Avenue. We need to vacate this quickly, so I'm asking people to get there in due order so that we can take down this stadium for other activities. I ask that graduates and families, friends meet at the reception at the Ritchie Coliseum. If you walk out the main doors of the Armory, Ritchie Coliseum is directly in front of you across the street. We have set up a photo spot there and refreshments. This is a nice location for those of you who want to take photos with graduates, family, friends. I'm asking the faculty and staff to be there as well so that you'll have that opportunity to meet up with them as well. I'm asking for a little bit of attention here 1 second because there's an important closer to this event that I want to remind you of. So please be seated just for 1 second. As we close this ceremony, I want to bring into focus 2 specific events, right, in public health. And these are events that I'm not bringing politics into this, but public health is about policy. It is about politics. I'm not bringing partisanship into here because we support our leaders that have been duly elected. But we've had an issue lately in the last few days about public health. And I want to read you something that I wrote into the Washington Post that is published today on the editorial page. Just to remind you, the graduates, that our jobs never stop. We have to be vocal. When you feel a passion, go out there, stick your neck out like we talk about the turtle, the terp being. Never walk backwards. What I wrote to the Washington Post and to today's paper is as a retired commission officer in the U.S. Public Health Service with 27 years of service, as former Deputy Surgeon General and Acting Surgeon General, I understand the important role of the federal government and what it plays in public health. But the federal government is but part of the team. We're part of the team that dedicates itself to the health and safety of our nation. We're all in this mission together. In my current role as Dean and Professor at the University of Maryland School of Public Health, I'll continue to shout out and teach the next generation of public health leaders the forbidden words as they add to further defining 21st century public health. Let's be proud in using these words: vulnerable, entitlement, diversity, transgender, fetus, evidence-based, and science-based. There I've said them. There I've said them. There I've said them. Thank you. To conclude this ceremony, 2 other things. And at the end, there is going to be a special moment. So please, I ask you for your attention. Last night, we had the pleasure of celebrating as a university at the Xfinity Center a graduation for the university. Those of you who are there, what a great evening. Those of you who are not, I encourage you to look at the tapes on YouTube or wherever they're published. We gave out 2 honorary degrees last night, one to Congressman Elijah Cummings, an incredible leader in civil rights, and yes, a public health advocate. But we also gave out a posthumous bachelor's degree to Lieutenant Richard Collins III. What I want to do in closure, this is a day of celebration, but also it's a day of dedication to our mission in public health. I'm asking you for 30 seconds of silence and reflection of both the death, the murder of Lieutenant Collins on our very campus, and at the same time, the murder of all those who die each and every day to violence in this country. Violence is a public health issue. Let us begin to solve it. Let's dedicate ourselves to working towards all our public health needs. Thank you. And now, as we close this ceremony, will the audience please remain seated while the platform party, faculty, and graduates exit during the recessional. There'll be music that's being played. We just want to get first to the food lines. Just kidding. Anyhow, thank you so much for being part of this special event, and congratulations once again to the graduates.